One of the things that we find with people who successively lose weight and keep it off, the long-term success people, is an item called continuous monitoring. And continuous monitoring just continually being aware, continually creating some feedback loop in order to know how things are progressing, going, evolving, etc. Right? And one of the biggest ones is self-monitoring. So they're either on a daily basis, at least a weekly basis, tracking their food. And interesting enough, it seems to be the ones that do it more often seem to have the most success. There's a little bit of a correlation there. So they're using maybe a food scale to weigh their food, right? They're tracking in terms of using a fitness tracker, nutrition tracker, some meal tracker of some kind, making sure they have certain amounts of servings of vegetables, etc. They're doing some form of portion control, perhaps. Maybe they're using the handy method, portion guide, or the plate method, and they're often, pretty much always, measuring their weight on a daily basis. Again, this is for the purposes of self-monitoring, not to judge themselves, not to create any sort of level of value. It's just about knowing that the things that they're doing are paying off in the ways that they want to, right? By far, they're doing a lot of meal planning. They're not just winging it. They're got an idea of how things are going to go. And when you have an idea of how things are going to go, you're not going to leave it up to chance, because often leaving it up to chance, you revert back to what you've always done. And what you've always done is probably what got you to where you are in terms of where you want to move away from, right? Big time, they also accommodate for social events, and they what's so-called game plan, right? So they're figuring out a way that they can still have this social event, they can attend the event, and continue to succeed. It might be that they bring a food item to the potluck that they know will fit toward their goal. Maybe they're looking at what they've had in the rest of the day, like a calorie budget, and bringing that with them and deciding how much they can have based on that. Maybe their friends are aware in some way that they can only have certain things, so that when they only have a portion of the meal, it's not like that person feels bad. Or sometimes if you're looking at somebody who is, let's say, a competitor, maybe they're bringing their meals all together, right? Just for themselves. But that being said, the whole purpose of what I'm saying here is when we look at success for people, long-term success for fat loss, maintaining this fat loss, one of the major key points is this continuous monitoring.